Yeah, that is very important.
Regarding- Okay. Okay. So you got the navigation right? How to open objects in the Lightning experience. So I'm
So
gonna
how
show.
do how do we create in the Lightning? I mean, like, classic is fine. I mean,
Creating object.
yes,
Okay.
new object, custom object.
You'll have the object manager. Object manager. So click on the setup. This window will navigate. It will navigate to Home Object Manager. Object. Object Manager. Object Manager. So these are all the objects, existed objects. Setup. Setup. On top of this tab bar, you can see Object Manager. Or if you want to find navigate from here. Yeah. Different fields. Object Manager. There's some navigation from menu. Object Manager. It will open the home page of the Object Manager. These are the list of existed objects. So you can go with create custom object. Create custom object.
We are creating a field, right, in the campaign.
No, no. We are creating custom object. Object. You are asked how to create the object in Lightning Experience. So I'm showing that.
No, the closing date we created is a field in the
Uh,
campaign.
yes, that is a custom field in standard object called campaign. Yes.
The same thing. How do we do it in Lightning?
Okay. So account. So now first navigate to objects. Objects list. Campaign. Create campaign. So under this object manager, we have opened campaign object. So in detail section, we have all the menu list of actions we can do. Okay. So fields and relationships. Fields and relationships. These are the standard fields. These are the standard fields. And
Okay, I got it. Yeah.
closed date. Closed date is also there. So new. From this, we can create a new custom field in Lightning like this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
the steps
Yes,
are
we got
complete.
it.
One. Hello.
So regarding campaign, these are all the terminology we have to remember. So campaign influence. Uh, so
Hello.
campaign is nothing but conducting taking our
Hello.
products to the market. Yes.
Pawan, I have one question regarding that close date. So whenever we want to create a new field, say like a close date, and just want to know what is the difference between date and date time function. These are the standard fields, na?
In campaign,
So close date.
Yes.
Data types are, yes, closed one, closed
See,
data.
entity date is also the campaign incident. I see before starting a campaign, we'll have
No, no,
some
no. I just want to know the difference between date and date time.
date and date time.
Yeah, the data type.
Data type. Okay. See, I'll show you. So once you open it, you can see the definition here itself, the difference date. It allow users to enter a date or pick a date from the pop-up calendar. Allows user date and time to enter date and the time. You'll have the time also. It's like campaign will might if we try to schedule anything, we some day 27th, right? 27th 12 p.m. Okay, so if we want to regarding campaign, I want to start the campaign Saturday morning, like uh, uh, see, every hour, every minute in the business, it is a revenue, it's a money. So when in that perspective, we have to calculate minutes also. Okay, so I want to start my campaign uh, today today 12 p.m to till Saturday morning 9 o'clock, or same 12 p.m. Saturday afternoon till noon time. So in that case, I want to give that time also, time factor also. In that scenario, we will use the date time. If you want to give only date, it will condense only date only.
Okay.
Got the difference?
Yeah.
So both are same. You condense a date. Date is common. This contains only time extra. It will having the time date, time information also. So this is about the campaign object. So after campaign, what will achieve? After campaign, what will achieve? Leads. We'll be having the leads. Leads are nothing but leads. We have two types of leads. One is a person, one is company. See, company may interest about our products. A person may interest on our products. Okay, so we'll be getting the leads from two. We'll be getting the leads from two formats. One is from through company. One is from the direct person. Okay, so campaign we may conduct campaigns we may conduct through social media, ad agencies, ad agencies, any media. Okay, like YouTube channel, FB, TV ads, pamphlets, posters, sales executive, sales executive, sales executive, through SMS, through emails, social marketing, right? Through emails. So like this, we have different types of and like marketing managers, they'll take care about the, I mean, they'll discuss with the few organizations officially to take the products, right? Marketing managers. So after after completing this campaign we'll be receiving the leads, right? Leads means we'll have the list of persons or list of organizations who are willing to buy our product, these are leads. Leads are nothing. Leads are nothing but a person or a company who is who is having a wish to buy our product. But they are not the customers. They are not at the customers. Okay, they are having a wish. They are having an interest. That's it. Okay, these leads can become from these leads can be generated from the campaign. Campaign can be conducted in this type of media. That means these leads are coming from social media, ad agencies, Facebook, SMSs, or emails, or marketing sales executives. So leads will be generating from these campaigns. Okay. So leads can be created in three ways. One is communities communities communities. Leads can be created by three ways. One is communities, employees, employee of the company. Just want to mute all. I'm getting. Thanks. Okay. Okay. Um, so so we have the leads information in our hands. We have to create in our leads object, in our lead object. Okay. So leads can be created by three persons. I mean three categories. From three ways leads and can be created. Generating is different from creating. Okay, generating, we are generating here, and we'll be creating here. Creating the leads in our sales cloud in three ways. One is from communities, one is from employee, one is from another one is web to lead. Web to lead Communities are nothing but social media. Like you'll open a website and we'll put our details that I'm missing. Like I'm just yeah, I'm just creating an inquiry for the Salesforce training, so that I'll submit my details. Bro, I'll submit my details like my name, my number, my email ID. So to the communities or through the third party communities like that. So and employees are nothing but my organization employees who is working for me. If we say example like credit card department. So if I go to the bank for a credit card, and if I do an inquiry. So a person went to the bank and asked the details for a credit card. Just he want to buy a credit, he want to get a credit card. So that is directly customer is going to the bank employee, and the bank employee will create a lead in the lead object. So that lead is creating by the bank employee. So we call as employee. Lead is creating by the employee. And web to lead means we'll generate these leads. we'll generate the leads we'll generate the leads through websites. So in our websites, in social media, I mean in my website, see, I am selling my product, right? So what I do is I'll be adding one web page in my website. That web page contains the web page is nothing but a form, inquiry form. So the customer or the end user customer will submit that form to my website. That my website will send those details to the Salesforce. Send those details to Salesforce. Salesforce will automatically create that lead in the lead object. Automatically, it will create the lead object. Okay, that is nothing but web to lead. That is nothing but web to lead. So let's say I'll show you how to generate a web to lead. You got the information, right? What is web to lead? We'll have a web page in our website. In our website. That web page contains, it is nothing but a form of inquiry form. So the user will submit that form. Okay. Navigation, setup, customize, leads. We are talking about the leads object. In the leads, web to lead. Create web to lead form. Add what are the fields you want. If you want to add all these fields, so I'm adding these things. After the end user will fill these details and he will click the submit button. So after clicking the submit button, which site it has to navigate. So usually once we submit our inquiry form, that after clicking the submit button, it will navigate to the home page. It will navigate to some other page which is respective in my website, right? So as of now, I don't have the website, right? So I'm just giving, after submitting this inquiry form to my organization, this will navigate to the google.com. Okay. After that, this one include, I'm unchecking it. You can include it, no problem. Apache number. So Apache key generate a key, new, test, test, test. You can give whatever the names you want based on your standards. So it will generate a key, enable server fallback. Okay, click on generate. Click on generate. So this is the HTML code. This is the HTML code generated by this Web2 lead config, Web2 lead setup. So this HTML code we have to give the web developer, our website developer, our company's website developer. If you say Flipkart, mm, so if you say Flipkart or some other product, if you say MRF Tires website, if I want to submit an inquiry form to the through the MRF site website. In that website, this form has to be included. Then only this form has to be included. So this code will be submitted with this HTML code will be handed over to the web developer. Click on finish. You have copied it, right? Yes. So let me start from this first. So navigation setup will leads web2 lead. I just want to explain this stuff. Edit. These are default, right? So I am enabling the web2 lead functionality in the leads in my Sales Cloud application. Web2 lead. To reduce spam, we use this verification, Apache verification, and default lead creator. I said that, see, uh, this web2 lead is nothing, the function, what is the functionality of the web2 lead? This generating a lead through the web, website. So through the web, we will receive the inquiry form. I mean, customer details, email, first name, email ID, mobile number. So while saving that the customer details in the lead object, owner of that record has to be add, right? Owner of the record has to be add, right? So this is the default lead creator. So you can select any user who is available in this organization. As of now, I am the only user. So default lead creator. While creating the lead, we have to add the owner of that. I mean, the default lead creator. We have to add the creator name. So that is what. And the default response template. If you want to add, if you want to submit any template, if you want to send any email response as a reply. See, for example, through different third-party websites, I'm submitting a health insurance inquiry for my age. I wanted this type of health insurance. So I have to submit my details. I will submit my details like age, how much coverage I want. I'm expecting for that. What are the plans you are having? So like those details I will submit, right? So once the health insurance website received an inquiry, it has to submit, I mean, it has to reply, I mean, they have to generate an attention to the requester. How can they generate the attention? Immediately to that inquiry, immediately they will be sending a response mail. That response mail contains a default details, and they will mention that within a 40 hours or 24 hours, within a 48 hours, their representative, my representative of the health insurance company representative will touch in with the requester. So that kind of information will be received, right? So that type of configuration we do in this web to lead section. So I can select any we can generate our own templates also, email templates. Okay, just clicking save. So previously create web to lead form, and just creating it again. I am creating. Okay, I can select it, generate. Previously it did not copy. Okay, now it is copied. Finish. So this is the way we have to generate this HTML code, and we can. You might be here. This is the organization ID. Based on this organization ID, Salesforce will save that lead details in our lead object, in my lead object. Okay, based on this organization ID, Salesforce will store that lead details in my lead object. Okay, so since sales application is a common application, it will be using by different tenants, right? Different tenants. So for every organization, we'll be having a unique ID. Okay, and this web page will be generating through the common functionality, common option. Okay, and we'll be having. So this is what, based on this organization ID, lead will be saving, lead will be generated, lead will be stored in my lead object, Okay, let's save this as HTML. Let's save this as HTML. Okay. So this is the form which we have selected, and just email. So as we don't have any validations, it has taken. I click. So I think lead has been generated. If we go and see lead, go new lead. This is a new lead. Just created now. To so this one company this one city. I'm submitting the inquiry. After submitting the button, this will be navigating to the google.com as we configured in web2lead. So, and we have to see that Wilson inquiry has to be here, right? It's not there. Just refresh the page. Wilson. Wilson Kumar. This is a new lead. This is the way we create Web2Lead section. Web2Lead through Web2Lead. So we'll add that Web2Lead HTML page in our website. Requester will submit that inquiry, his inquiry form through the website. That lead, that inquiry information, inquiry details will be saving in our Salesforce. Once we generated the lead, once we have received the lead, what to do? That is the next step. Okay, that is the next field. I mean, next part of this field. Okay, so we have this lead. So what are the So as of now, we don't have any open activities for this lead. Any doubts in the Web2 lead? How we should create? How we have to create Web2 lead?
Can we
Yeah.
Can we display any kind of a form submitted successfully? Those kind of user-friendly messages.
Form submitted successfully.
Yeah, the moment you could generate a query and it is open up google.com, right? Instead
Yes.
of google.com, do we display any message? How?
Yeah, that is what we have to. We have to add another web page, or in that web page itself. That is what belongs to web development comes to development section.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Once we click the submit button, we are navigating to some google.com page. So what I will do is I will navigate to my website homepage. In that homepage, or I will keep the user in the same page by saying we have submitted the inquiry successfully. I can make it right by clearing all the details, and I will display the message here.
Mm-hmm.
That will be controlling my Visualforce page. After submitting the inquiry button, in this button I'll write the functionality that will automatically take the details to the Salesforce. So once it is done, what I'll do is I'll keep the page here itself and clear these details and display some message here that your inquiry has been submitted successfully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the other way is we have configured a auto response mail, right? We have configured a mail that is auto response mail. You'll be receiving some mails also. Once we submitted an inquiry, the mail ID, the provided mail ID is accurate, you'll be receiving the mail. See, thanks for inquiry. As we already configured, right? You have seen the configuration?
No, I think no.
Okay. You can go through
We
the
did
video.
not cover, I think.
No. I have configured. Otherwise, how would I receive the mail?
Okay. It is because of while creating your organization, that is.
No, it's a default functionality provided by the Salesforce. See, Web2 lead. Just observe. Build lead subject Web2 lead. I'm editing. Edit. Initially, it was not there. I have selected a template, mail template. Once the lead is generated here, once the lead is being created here, send an auto response. I'm sending this inquiry response. I have selected this mail template. So if the lead is successfully created, the requester will be receiving the mail like this. You can create your own template and you can configure here.
No. My question is where the email address you given in this particular process.
In the form we are submitting, right? In the form, let me show. One second. I'm just opening. In the form, we are taking the email ID from the user.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah. First name, last name, email ID, company, city, state and provision, if you add your phone number also, take the user phone number also, so that you can send a SMS confirmation also. We have submitted the inquiry, submitted successfully. It's all depend on the customization.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Any queries on Virtually? Okay. So, how many leads we can generate in per day? 500 leads we can store. 500 leads we can store. We can store in leads object per day. If in case if we are getting more leads, what it does? After 500 onwards, it will send an auto response. I mean, it will send a it will send a mail. It will send a mail to the owner. It will send a mail to the owner. Owner are nothing but owner of this who is working on the lead object. It will send a mail. This as of now default creator is it's me, right? I will be receiving from 501 onwards until 500, until maximum of 500. I mean 500. It will create the records in the leads object. From 501 onwards, I'll be receiving the mails. So that after that, I'll have to manually register those records. I'll have to insert those records. So that is the limit. If we buy any professional license, there will be limit will be enhanced. Limit will be enhanced. We'll be having high limit. Okay. So these are the ways we will have the you can generate the leads. We can generate the leads. Okay. Once we generate the lead,
After 500, does it not save it in the system, or it is only send the email?
it will send the email.
It will not save in the system, right?
Yes. As per my knowledge, it will not save. But yeah, I'll check and confirm it. Okay. So as of now, we are able to generate the leads. So once the lead is generated, so we have a request. We have a request in my hand. I have a request in my hand. So to whom I have to assign? To whom I have to assign? So getting a lead is not it will not generate the revenue to me. I have to assign that lead to a respective person, respective engineer, so that I can able to I'll be able to do the business, right? So lead assignment rules, lead assignment rules, lead assignment rules. Through this lead assignment rules, we can send, we can tell to the system, we can tell to the application. Once you have received a lead, assign 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 that lead assign that lead to the respective team. If I am getting a lead from Hyderabad location, I have to assign that lead to the Hyderabad team. If I am getting a lead from Bangalore location, I have to assign that lead to the Bangalore location. Okay, so that is what we have to find. Rule one. Equals to select the user SN save. Leads, new lead, just one city, city, assign using active assignment rule. If you check this, this lead will be assigning to the Hyderabad team. So based on this Hyderabad city, I have created that assignment rule, right? If you did not check this option, it won't assign. We have to check this option explicitly. Save. Can I edit that? There is no active assignment. Setup.
On the tool is not active.
Customers. Leads. Lead assignment rules. Okay, it is not active. Edit. Active. Save. Setup. You have to add a new lead, right? Add it. New. Test one. Test one. Test one. Hyderabad. Check this. Save.
Session will be closed in soon.
Yeah. So you can see this Hyderabad.